Hello everybody and welcome back to Endgame of Devil, the Luck Be a Landlord style drafting roguelike that I'm excited to be back to here today. Going back in with, of course, the Frankenstein character, the new one. Whole new set of minions and items. We've got a couple different things here. Sacred Plating, damage taken -1 for all adventurers if the current wave is 8 or above. Doesn't impact us right now, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't make choices accordingly. So when it gets that far in the run, we'll have basically no reason to go for a bunch of small hits. So we want big, big chunky hits. We want to scale up. Zombie Bear is just going to help us with the early game because this character is so bad. Okay, that's not going to help me with the early game, unfortunately. So by taking that, I actually may be losing a heart. What is happening? Fright triggers. These are weird, though, because they're not... I mean, Pied Piper at least helps me right now because it is 3 damage at a range, which is actually very good for the early game, but these are so weird. So weird. What do I do with this? Fright triggers an additional time and does 5 extra damage. And generate inspiration on energy charge. Those are not very synergistic. We could gain Fright. I'll tell you what, I'll grab the Horrible Bomb, and I will consider... Okay, Skull Killer will be good. That will eventually turn into something that does a pretty good amount of damage, Charge being, pretty good at doing that. Turkey, same thing. Charge, if they miss an attack, they have a chance to gain permanent attack, which Turkey just did. That is pretty darn nice. This is not good for our... Well, it's not bad for our build because our build isn't anything. Why am I getting so lucky in such a weird way? I am so confused because this is really bad for this. Everything will take -1 damage, which means all 4 of these bullets do nothing. I'll grab the Gun Freak, but it's bad. It's not good for our board. Scarab is better, which is crazy because it's also not great. But by the time that procs for the first time, Lightning Charger 5 to attack permanently. I mean, too many fingers, too many pies, man. We can't. Energy Charger 4, Generate Inspiration, Fright triggers. If I wanted to try and make something cohesive out of this, first of all, I can't. I'll take an Old Mummy. Mummy builds, obviously Old Mummy's not, but Mummy builds are more or less, sure, kind of baked into a charge build as well. Yellow Friar helps a lot. Yellow Sign buffs up the attack of other stuff. So basically, he's not going to charge up himself in any way. He's not going to be that useful. But when we eventually pivot out, it'll be a little bit better. Energy Charger, extra inspiration. So I guess I'll get Glimmer preemptively. Crit combo charge. Yeah, okay. That's, that's definitely helpful. Skull Killer. I'm kind of just taking everything that's charged right now because it scales pretty well. In the way that, well, it scales okay, but it scales pretty well in the way that we need to scale today. Man, do I really want to do this to try and get the Fright Bomb thing? This guy turns into a deep one. Crit and charge. I mean, if we were going to get it, now's the time. See, look at that. That guy took nothing. That's a fast forward. We're going to be in that exact situation in the future, too. Bomb Freak. You know what? Sure. We'll do it, and we'll proc this. We can't proc it right now because it will mess our stuff up. Minus damage from energy. Nah. Or Jinx and Fright. I'll get the Cutting Trap, I guess. Chance of getting an extra refresh, I don't mind, so we can try and hone in whatever the hell is happening in this build here today. I get a Glimmer. We seem to be holding our own. So we're going to go for Horrible Bomb. We return this guy into a Bomber Maniac. I was hoping it would have something to do with Fright. That's why I picked it. I was hoping he would transform into something with Fright. 2 explosion, and all nearby adventures gain an ignition. I mean, it's probably good enough to keep, right? Like, one would surmise. Yeah. Remove this treasure to generate 10 energy. Not a big deal. Because we want consistency in order to get this going a lot, but... Scarab, again, just kind of want it for the early game. These Demon Scouts are going to have to go. In fact, I'm going to get rid of them now. Scarab's about to proc, so... Oh, God, I should have went for the other guy. The Fright Generator. This keeps on happening, and it's so weird. Why do we keep on getting really rare stuff that has nothing to do with our build? Chainsaw Freak is okay because it's AoE, and we are going to buff him up to 4 damage immediately. Another Scarab is also just okay, just to speed things up here. Buff up all of the things that we already have. I'm going to lose my mind. Because I don't want this. I don't want it. Why is the game being so half nice to me? Like, I could take it, and it's obviously not bad. But it's all not very cohesive in any way. Cooldown 2, generate 3 fright, and then self-remove. So this is just a temporary thing anyways. Horrible bomb. I'm going to say no. 3 fright once, I don't care about. I'm starting to think we're not going to be leaning into either of these with what's going on here. Okay. God. This is trash. This is trash. What we want is accelerate, but that's very hard to get on this this setup. Turkey's not a bad call. I know there's the Turkey gains AoE relic. Crit combo charge, we take that. You got to start doing some removal. In 2 waves, you're going to be useless. You're going to do a whopping 1 damage, and all of your bullets will be doing 0. Turkey's at 4, which is not very good. Well, Mummy's at 4, not very good. It's a ramp-up build is the plan. Yeah, the fact that the Gun Freak is going to be probably the thing I care the least about is so stupid. Damage up from demon minions, up by 1, is sort of bad. If this was undead minions, that does actually, if it goes based off the same rules as the other set, that would impact Gun Freak's bullets, which is nice. Take the Yellow Friar. We're going for like this weird damage upgrade, like slow burn damage upgrade build. Just a million scarabs. The slow grow. Chainsaw Freak is not really a thing. Gnome I'm getting because I'm just hoping for a someone to generate ore. Is basically the call there. Legendary per 5 inspiration and self-remove. I could. Energy from minerals up by +3. Turkey doing AoEs, obviously, like I was mentioning it, but I will get this. I'll get that. Fine. I think we're going to have to get, like, the Fright Legendary. Annoyingly, it's not really a build. It's not really our build. Maybe we can pivot into some late game Fright. And actually utilize this son of a so-and-so. I'm just hedging my bets here. We don't need 3 miners. But I don't know if I'm going to get any miners, because it's RNGs, 50% chance. I can't take another Friar. Yeah. Same deal. I just need to make sure I get one. And then I remove the rest, basically. Okay, okay, come on. I don't need another one. I feel like that's overkill. I'm not going to be keeping... Okay, first one was a gunner, so far so good with not keeping them. Or not taking more. Man's about to... HP plus 2 at turn start for every bear on the board. It is completely unsurprising that we're having a tough time here because we're going for a long burn. 50% chance to generate Inspiration, Accelerator, Fright if any cooldown ability was triggered. That could be useful. That could very much be useful. Mutant at 10 with Charge. I do like that a lot. That's stupid. I'm going to need to get rid of a Friar. Okay. Big buffs all around. Generate a Fright for every nearby adventure. Now that's something. That's every 3 turns. We got another gunner. Okay. And another gun. Surely this one's not also a gunner. Thank you. Thank you. That's something. Every 2 turns gain of minerals. It's just extra helpful. I mean, I don't think we're going to be going for those. Oh, God, I'm so stupid. We don't need this many. I just thought it'd be funny. So let's get rid of you, as much as you're not bad. This thief is actually kind of buffed up pretty crazy. It's got up to 5. That's 2, 5, 12. We're at 25. So we're capping out anyways. You only got to 6. All right, come on. Stop being stupid. Just stop it. Nearby adventure or minion removal. I don't know what I'd even be looking for right now. I mean, I'll take a minerals. It's just a one and done, and it's just gone. Okay. Every 3 turns, generate a Fright or Inspiration. Okay, we are getting somewhere with that. A cooldown of 6 to generate 1 Fright is just not going to work. Damage plus 1 from demon minions. I don't care. Okay, another Pied Piper. Yeah, all right. I think that is indeed going to be kind of like the pivot here. You're generating 3 energy. Radiation. No. I think we can get rid of the other Friar as well. Kind of just filling up our board with garbanzo nonsense. 130 damage. I mean, the Fright it's kicking in, man. I could, but I also feel like I played that a lot. I'm trying to play this in a different way. Okay. Ooh, dang, man. Could probably get something else that's good, right? I guess I don't even really know what we'd be looking for at this point. Relic Slate? Brass Knuckles is so late. Oh, it's so late. We're definitely going to be removing some Scarabs soon. We probably remove them as they proc now. No, don't grab another one. Crit AoE. Charge AoE. Wave 11 is probably fine. We are going to be removing some stuff here. Scarab. These both go. We're at 22. We want to be at about, like, I don't know, like 19. Or like 20. Maybe like 20. But I think we're working fine. Yeah, I have no idea what else I'd be looking for. Inspiration is something. We have more than enough energy for the run now. We can also remove our dwarf then. Well, do we? We use it pretty regularly. We don't want to get rid of the procs. We want to get rid of the energy generator, if anything. It's probably a mistake. Let's give it a smidge. We'll let our Scarabs do their thing. 5 turn scan removal. That Scarab's up to 14 freaking damage, which is not bad. But that also means that everything else should be even higher. Another Glimmer actually is pretty logical. All right, let's separate it out. 18 with a chance to crit is really, really good. The Mummy Warrior only got to 3 right now, which, I mean, it makes some sense. The later in the game you get, the harder it is to get your damage upgrades. Couldn't remove that in time. Eh. No clue what I'd want. I guess I could just go for stray minerals. That could be my way to... Oh, that's right. That's... Yeah, gain a mineral every 2 turns. We can get rid of our guy. I also think we can probably get rid of the bomber. It's tough, because he's obviously not bad. Oh, there you go. That takes up less board space, too. He's not bad, but I just don't really want to be doing... Just don't want to be doing that. I don't know, is that good enough reason? What do you mean, no? We can probably pivot out of that whole machine angle, the energy and inspiration pipeline anyways. Oh, my lord. This guy's... He's crazy. He's too good. He's too good that it's annoying. We didn't roll him. Not that many undead minions. The more I roll, the more legendaries I get, but dang, still. Okay, we have 42. We're on wave 13. We don't need to generate any more energy. In fact, I don't think we need to generate any more inspiration either. Let's get rid of all of this and see where we're at. That's that and that gone. Cool, then. 6 generates 2 Fright. Now we're talking. So, yeah, we got down to 17. So, yeah, I kind of figured as much. As soon as we got rid of all the fluff that is no longer relevant, because we are still going to be getting enough energy to facilitate some of this here. It's so basic, but sure. Just get something that stands on its own. It's fine. It's too late for a charge minion. Dwarf once again, what a surprise. We got a whole bunch of Fright. We don't really need to pick anything now, actually. Pollution. Damage taken +1 and take damage equal to... Yeah. So they all get that stack, and if they get 4 stacks of it, they take half of their health as damage. Damage dealt by nature minions up. I mean, I'll tell you, we are about to be running empties, so I guess we might as well. Hey, that's something. Not a big something. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to be having empties here, so. Generated the Fright. We don't even have 6 turns left in the game, so we can't go for anything that takes 6 turns to proc. Goodbye, mister. Sure. Join the crew for a second. All right. Hey, we kind of managed to make a weird, like, Fright build work here. And I gotta tell you, Scarab spam worked pretty well to get around this unique problem that we had, which is just you can't really go for lots of small damage, which I feel like this character has 2 big things that I would consider problems, but they also might just be like, this character's bad at those things. Their early game is so bad. They have less free cheese kill things. You have to take things like Zombie Bear as it shows up to just get the 3 damage, and even then you're banking on getting lucky because it's a melee unit. It might not even hit. So there's a lot less like guaranteed kill stuff for early game, so that's tougher. You could just take free damage early on without any possible counterplay. That's a bummer. And the second thing being, it's a lot of small hits. So things like Sacred Plating are going to be tricky. A lot of like little like 1 damage hits and debuff pings and stuff like that. However, clearly you can go definitely in some different routes. Did we see all of the corruption or the Fright? I think we saw the Fright legendaries. Ah, Poet. That's right, Poet. Poet would have been the one. 1 Fright every 2 turns as opposed to 2 Fright every 6 turns. So yeah, no, it's a noticeable difference for sure. But getting the Mind Flayer at all is something, especially in the old wake of the boulders of Gate. Got this one too. We did. What the hell, man? The game works in mysterious ways. It gave me so many high, like, rarity things that I just didn't want to go for because I already made builds out of them. Either way, I do want to say this is going to mark the end of this, like, kind of section of the mini-series of Endgame of Devil. I feel like I've seen a lot of the builds that I kind of wanted to see, and I've got some stuff I want to move on to. And I also don't want to burn myself out on this character because there is theoretically going to be an update that adds a bunch of stuff. And I want to leave myself open to maybe coming back if that happens. No guarantees, no promises, because I don't know how big of an update it'll be. But the developers have said they want to add things to Frankenstein. And depending on what those things... Oh, it skipped another. It did another skip. Interesting. Depending on what those things are, I may or may not be back to check it out. You know, if it's new characters, new minions, I'll definitely be back. If it's new relics, I'll probably be back. And if it's just like a couple things, then maybe we'll skip and we'll come back for the next major update. Either way, really interesting set of units, set of characters. But I will say, I also think that I mentioned this in comments, I think the runs of this character bleed together a lot more than Barbados's does, due to the fact that there's so many more distinct runs for Barbados. But in Frankenstein, a lot of the things mesh together very well. Like, you can interweave a lot of different parts of different builds into the same build. You can do that pretty easily. But that also does mean, okay, the runs feel less distinct from each other. Not to say that they don't feel distinct, because we had some really weird ones. But, I don't know, yeah, it's just... It's good and bad at the same time. Things when they show up, it's more likely that you see something that you can take. You'd be like, yeah, I guess I can make that work. But that also means, yeah, you lose a little bit of flavor and variety feeling from run to run. Alas, though. That's going to do it here for today for Endgame of Devil. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Check out the channel. Roguelikes and more every single day. Like I said, if there's a big update, we'll be back to check it out. Don't want to burn myself out because I feel like the game is going to keep getting some big updates like this for a while. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.